Hi everyone, so today's topic is college culture in the US versus the UK. So today we'll be diving into campus vibes, student life, dorm life, clubs, events, and teaching styles, just so that you guys can kind of figure out which country is best fit for you. So let's get started. So we have our guests here, Ali and Ako, if you guys can just introduce yourselves.
Thank you. Happy to be here. I'm Ali. I graduated in 2017 from the University of Edinburgh with a degree in business. So that's what I'll be talking about today.
And hi, my name is Ako. I graduated from UCLA in 2023 with a degree in sociology.
Okay, so first we're gonna dive into campus life. So what was your guys' first impression stepping onto campus?
Well, it's a big kind of moment, a big experience leaving home when I was 18, even though Edinburgh's only about an hour from my hometown, but it's certainly, a different city, a different vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was a great kind of experience, a great learning curve. It was also 12 years ago. I can't remember exactly how I felt, but it was an exciting time and, something I look back on fondly.
Nice. Ako?
I think my first impression was that it's like a big city within a city, but it also felt like an old town because everything was brick, and I kind of thought it was going to be more modern and more like high-rise.
Like not as traditional?
Yeah.
Okay, and do you guys think it was easy to make friends? Like your first year, at least.
Yeah, I think everyone's in the same boat. When they get to university, everyone's trying to make friends as quick as they can and meet like-minded people. So yeah, really, really easy to meet friends, I think, at that time.
I think for me, it was really easy to make very surface level friends because everyone was just trying to make friends with the first person they saw, and it was very social, but it was also a lot of small talk, especially during orientation week. And so I'm still friends with some of the people I met first year, but a lot of them kind of drifted apart. And also there was COVID, so it was a bit harder to stay.
Well, did you guys meet all your friends when you went to campus or prior? Because for me, I remember I went through a Facebook group chat, and that's where I met all the international students. And then once orientation came, it was just us in a group.
I met a lot of my friends through the clubs and sororities.
Like Rush.
Yeah, and we all kind of dropped together. And that's more of the group I stuck with. But I have a couple friends that I met before going to UCLA, in the international groups that I still talk to.
Yeah.
But a lot of them I'm not as close to.
I see. What about you?
For me, probably the first friends I would have made would have been at my halls of residence.
Oh, your dorm?
Yeah, the dorm. I don't know if it's different in the US, I think it is, but I lived with 4 other people that were all starting at the same time, 5-bed kitchen kind of thing. And just within that kind of residence, again, everyone was kind of looking to make friends. And so, yeah, that would be my first kind of people that I met that I kind of hung on to.
Yeah. Were they random roommates?
Yeah, completely random. I had two Americans, an Italian, and an Englishman.
Nice. Okay, and then did you guys experience any culture shock when you first stepped onto campus? Oh, I've never seen that.
Not really. Obviously, I was in the same country that I grew up in.
Yeah.
Obviously, Edinburgh's really international, but that was not so much a shock. It was just something cool to experience that I hadn't done before.
Yeah, I see.
I think I did, but I didn't realize it was culture shock. Until I kind of settled down more. But small stuff the portions were way bigger.
I know, I was about to say
people were kind of wilder, but also more laid back because a lot of them went to house parties.
Yeah.
And then they go to university and that's when they start partying, and so a different type of vibe.
Well, I feel in America too, the campus is so big. Did you guys find it hard having to walk to class? Because I found it I needed to walk 15 minutes from one building to another within 15 minutes of my classes.
My walk took 30 minutes.
Yeah, oh jeez. Yeah.
And it was uphill and downhill a lot because UCLA the campus is on a hill. And then you have to walk uphill to the dorms and also uphill to the campus. And then there's a slope at the middle.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And in the snow?
Yeah, now and again in the winter. Obviously, we start in kind of September time. I was about a 20-minute walk from my dorm to to campus. I mean, the business school is quite well contained, just around one square. So going from lecture to lecture wasn't that bad.
But yeah, were you forced the first year?
You didn't have to, but since I was an international student, I had to. Does that make sense? Like, if you were in-state, you didn't have to. You could live at home. But like, I know
think we were all forced.
Yeah, but I know like in your second year, if you're a sophomore and you want to live in the dorms for free, you can become like a TA of like that one floor.
I was actually that the
Were
first
you?
year. Yeah.
You're a TA?
Not TA, but like the floor. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Like manager?
Yeah.
Well, like, did you guys join any clubs? Like, did you meet friends through there too?
And I wasn't competing because they're full contact, but I was training with them for touch for a bit.
Oh, I see.
And then it got too cold and I got lazy and then I dropped.
Yeah.
And then I did like photography, did some business clubs here and there, and I joined the sorority. And then I also dropped.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. Did you?
Actually, quite similar to Echo, minus the sorority. I played football intramurally as well. Did a few different kind of business clubs. Edinburgh are called societies. So if you join a society, you're probably going to be meeting up with them every week or all the time, which didn't appeal to me as much, but societies would also put on events quite often. So you could just maybe, go to one-off events. So I did a few for the whiskey tasting society and stuff like that, which
in
was
your
cool.
freshman year?
Well, yeah, I mean, 18 and drink in Scotland.
In the UK.
UK.
We didn't have that.
Yeah. But yeah, things like that were more my thing, like just now and again, rather than, long-term commitment, with the exception of the football. I kept that going.
I didn't join any clubs, but I feel like I didn't have to because I was always hang out with like friends or like those like fraternity, sorority events. I would just go join anyways. But
That's also why I did, because I was like, I don't really need.
You don't have to join and spend like all that money.
Yeah.
Did you do sorority as well?
Absolutely not.
Did you rush?
Absolutely not. I don't think it's my thing.
What was rush like?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well,
isn't that like after orientation week too?
Yeah.
Like a little bit, or like during the same time?
week 0, week 1, because we had the quarter system, so it's like 10 weeks.
Yeah.
And it was week 0, week 1. I actually rushed the Asian sorority first. And I did stop. Stop. I didn't really like it. I think it was a bit intense.
Yeah.
It's a long and very like stereotypical. And then I rushed the Pan-Hellenic one, which is Greek, the Greek life, Greek, the sororities.
Oh, sororities.
Yeah.
Like off of fee.
Yeah. But I only rushed that one because it was fully online.
Oh.
Because it was during COVID. I did recruitment the year after COVID, and it was hell.
Yeah.
It was like very long days, a lot of talking. Like I'd never spoke so much in my life.
It's like a social
to
event.
So many people, and girls would have to like wear heels and walk around like 12, 10 houses. How many? Yeah.
Would you rush a frat if you went to the States, you think?
I don't think so, to be honest. That's a very alien thing for us in the UK, because we don't really have anything like that.
Not even for the experience?
Well, when I did my exchange in Texas, I befriended some of the guys in the Jewish frat.
Oh, the Jewish
what
frat.
was that? AEPI.
Oh,
there were some good guys down there.
Yeah.
But generally, I don't think that would have been my vibe really. And like, it's first year you
those
sign
ones
up.
are kind of different though, because I feel like the Jewish frats always
they have their own rules and
they were like loaded. Like there was always like G wagons lined up. I don't know, maybe this might be in LA.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah.
ASU.
And they like spend hella. But
I know, I liked that they were the only ones that would let us into the parties. Because the frats is like they only let girls in, don't they?
Yeah. Like that's why I wanted to go to the States, because I was like, oh my god, the movie's like Legally Blonde or something, like the sorority frats. But then I went, I was like, absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. Okay, well, like let's go into the third topic, which is like events and like football games, tailgates. So like, what was it like in the UK? Because you guys didn't have
Oh,
football.
yeah, compared to the US, it's almost non-existent.
Yeah.
Like the sports culture, the tailgating and all that.
Mm.
We had one thing, it was a rugby match that took place at Murrayfield, the National Rugby Stadium. It was between Edinburgh and St Andrews, like the two oldest unis in Scotland.
Did you ever see Prince William?
No, I didn't. I think he's a wee bit older than me, actually, maybe. But but yeah, that was his school, wasn't it? Him and
St Andrews.
Kate. Yeah, that's the one that stands out. Like I say, in the US, as Echo, I'm sure will tell us about, is way better for the sports, college sports.
Tailgate.
You would know.
Yeah. No, I used to go to like hockey games, basketball. I even went to a swimming meet.
I never.
And then hockey was fun. It was like cold. You just bring your blanket.
I don't even know if we had hockey. We probably did.
You probably did. But yeah, the basketballs were my favorite. Just because like it was in the AC, because Arizona's so hot.
Oh,
Because I remember the first week we went, I went to a football game, and like I was about to faint because I didn't know the heat was gonna be that bad, and we had to stand. So my knees were locking.
Arizona's like a desert,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Desert. But yeah, they were fun. But I think people go more for like the pre-game of the game, because they'll leave like halftime and then just go party and stuff.
I've actually only been to we have like the Beat SC, the USC, UCLA rivalry game.
Yeah.
And that's like the biggest game of the year. And like people from all over LA go. And I think I was there for like 4-5 years of it. And I went to it like 4 or 5 years, but I actually only went to the game once. And I was at the tailgate.
Yeah, the tailgates. It's like the vibe.
Like
It's not
never
even the
made
game,
it
it's the
to
vibe.
game.
Yeah, me too. I would go and just leave something.
The year I was in Texas, they've got a really good like football program, but that year they were just like
Not
so
good.
bad. So that was quite normal for me to like go to the tailgate and then maybe leave the game at halftime.
Yeah, that's what I did.
That was enough.
Yeah, when I was
But-
21.
Wait, how are your games? Were they like big?
Huge. Especially like our rival game with U of A. Like everyone would come, and then I remember when USC came, that was really good. UCLA came too. But like the basketball games are, I would say, better. It's the vibe. It's like the music inside. Football games are good, but sometimes we have like sandstorms. Oh my gosh.
What?
Yeah, like sometimes like we'll have like really bad sandstorms.
Depends on the school as well. Like some schools are like football schools, some are basketball,
Some are
different
like
things,
volleyball. Yeah.
The USC games had like horses riding in. Did you guys have that?
No,
It
we
was
just had our
really big. It
devil.
was always so big. It was at the Rose Bowl and then at USC's one.
Have you seen the
The
Texas
Coliseum.
mascot? They got
Is
they
it a
bring out the
bull?
big cow.
it's
It's
like
like a
really-
longhorn, or well, maybe a bull. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Mine was a
Oh.
devil. A man that was like a devil.
I was the Bruin Bear.
the bears.
Yeah.
Well, like, was there any like events that stood out to you? It doesn't have to be like sports. It could be like concerts that were there. Like I remember for me, I think Jack Harlow, when he came, everyone was like tweaking.
Oh, because he
Yeah.
had like the bash thing.
Yeah, and he
What's it
just
called?
like became famous.
What's it called at ASU?
I think it was. Oh my gosh, I forget. I don't remember, but it was fun. It's like every year they always bring like a
Yeah,
an
yeah.
artist and then
We had that. It's called the Bruin Bash.
The
And we
Bruin
had
Bash.
Rico Nasty. We had
oh, Rico Nasty.
what's the guy that does like Tadao song? Masego?
I have no idea.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay.
Yeah.
And then I don't even remember who else we had.
The uni's like fashion show.
Oh.
Which I just watched. Like my friends and I like bought a table. It was like a fundraising thing,
Oh.
and I'm pretty sure that the money raised was going to elephants in Thailand. Coincidentally.
Oh.
Uh,
Interesting.
But yeah, other than that, I think we're going to talk about it later with like the different functions and
Ah.
balls and stuff like that. So I'll save my stuff for then.
Okay. Oh, this is a good question. Do you guys think that like all schools should have like a specific tradition? Like every school should implement just this one tradition? I would say like they should have like a tradition because like there's always international students that they should have like maybe a food festival with all the different countries. Like maybe they do have that already, but I feel
Wait,
like
huh?
Like, you know, like
Oh, and like an
events,
international
an
festival?
international like,
I
food
thought like
festival.
Rolling Loud. I
Oh,
was gonna be like,
my
hell yeah.
gosh. Rolling Loud is sick though, but no.
I mean, in the UK, Freshers Week, I think happens at every university. That's like the very first week that you arrive on campus.
Freshers
Usually,
Week?
Freshers Week, you know?
Freshers.
Oh, Freshers Week.
They should have a seniors week where like all the seniors come
We do
together
have
for a
the
week.
seniors.
I didn't.
We have the senior.
Like a whole week where
Seniors.
seniors just do activities together after graduation. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like go in a hall, do some activities together.
We should implement that.
But then like I've beefed throughout the whole year, so I want to see. And
Yeah.
for freshman year.
Anyway, I'll finish what I was saying. The Freshers Week, that is when everyone's getting encouraged to oh god. It's when everyone's encouraged to kind of put themselves out there. So that's kind of tradition.
Yeah.
Again, it's a good way for people. In the UK, everyone's 18, they can drink. Maybe they can loosen up a bit and meet
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Right? That's kind of an
Classic.
unofficial tradition in the UK.
The food at the UCLA dorms was so good.
Mhm.
Like fire. I think they're number one in the nation.
Oh.
Their dining hall.
Yeah.
Eating
And the food
outside.
portions are big though in America.
Yeah.
Is it in the UK or are they like kind of
No,
like Thailand?
America's different level for
Yeah.
food
Gosh.
portions.
Yeah. On to the next topic. So let's talk about like the teaching styles. So like, did you guys like lecture halls or like seminars?
So I can contrast my experiences in Texas and Edinburgh. In Edinburgh in the UK, you got much more kind of personal autonomy and responsibility. I think it's up to you mostly, you know, how much you put into your studies. So lectures at Edinburgh were completely optional, whether you attend or not. And that was mostly your learning was lectures, and then for some classes you would have tutorials also, which would maybe be like, you know, discuss things and brainstorm and speak up. But I think my first 2 years in Edinburgh I would have been in class probably about 10 hours a week, like really not that much at all. I remember when I went to the US, it was much more time learning,
Yeah.
much greater emphasis on like group projects as well.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I would think the main thing for me would be, yeah, just kind of UK much more kind of individual, like how you learn, and the US much more collective, and also
Yeah, big group.
much more, you know, you're expected to be kind of present more often.
Yeah.
What were your class sizes?
For me, I think the lecture halls, I don't remember, like 100 or and up, but like the small classes, probably like 25. But like the 25, like it was still like kind of intimidating though, because like you have to do group projects and you have to like, sometimes the teacher will pick on you and I just can't do that. Do you know what I mean? Like it's it's not as too small of a group, like 10, but like 25 is still kind of a lot for
Yeah.
me personally.
That was the other thing I noticed, even like American students generally like always want to speak up in class, and
Yes.
always want to contribute.
Yeah.
Even in Edinburgh, like they're the only ones that would talk and like the group discussions
Yeah.
for the American.
Yeah. But I liked lecture halls. Because I
Yeah.
wasn't close to the teachers anyways.
Yeah, definitely prefer that.
What about
also.
you, Ako? Lectures,
What
like
was
small
the-
classrooms.
Oh yeah, lectures.
And like the classwork wouldn't be as hard, I think. Because I wouldn't have to do group projects and like lectures. It's more like the smaller.
But we had
classes.
both. We had like lectures and discussions.
Yeah.
And the discussions were the small classes.
Yeah, like that's the
Right?
same as
Yeah.
what we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so kind of could not avoid.
Yeah, that seemed to be the thing, at least at Edinburgh, was if you don't want to go to the lectures, don't go. It's
Yeah.
going to be your fault if you fail the
Miss
exam,
something.
like it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
up to you.
Because like if I'm like going to a small class and I'm 10 minutes late, I'm just gonna not go. Because I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't want to face that embarrassment. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys get close to any like professors or even like the TAs in the class, or mostly like the students you'd be closer to?
Yeah, like I say, I mean, most of my learning would have been lecture based, so no, not really close to any professor in particular, just because they had hundreds of other people
Yeah.
to teach also, and I never really sought out any kind of
Yeah.
closer relationship.
Yeah. I agree. I was
Yeah,
only close to one.
I wasn't like front row type of student. So no. I was close to one because I was working for her. But that's about it.
Yeah. Okay, last question. So like did your schools have any like crazy traditions? Or any that like stood out to you?
We had the Roebling block fire, and that's where you set everything on fire.
Oh.
Like scooters, trash, like everything in the middle of like a.
And like the
road.
school allowed it? Or you guys did it like
It was
separate?
like a tradition thing, and they'd like let it go on for a bit, and then the police would come and shut it down. And then we had I think it's like same thing for like rival week where we set everything USC related on fire. And they kind of like graffiti USC. And then we had the undie run.
The what run?
The undie run. That's where everyone just runs around LA. Or not LA, but like the whole campus in underwear. And so yeah, like everyone, like if you walk
like
out
women?
and you were like clothed, you'd look weird.
Oh.
Like you'd stand out.
Did you participate?
Yeah.
Can't think of anything in particular. Obviously, in Scotland, we have what's called like a ceilidh, which would be a type of party, I guess, with like traditional Scottish dancing and people wearing like the tartan and the kilts and all that. I definitely attended a few of them, which is more like a Scottish tradition than an Edinburgh thing, but a lot of the societies and organisations, if they were going to have like a kind of end of year event or a Christmas event or something like that, it would be something called a ceilidh, which was good fun.
Do you guys have any like tips and tricks on how to like choose where you want to go, like the UK compared to US? I wouldn't really know because I chose the States based on like the weather, the football culture, like sororities, frats, and just like the vibes from the movies. The UK I never really looked because just the weather, to be honest.
I mean, I suppose I would try and look at the university itself first. Try and find a university or several that are a good fit for you, and maybe don't focus on the location as much. But
I choose the US. I was gonna go to the UK, but I think like there was more of the college campus in the US, and that's one thing I really liked
even
about
compared to Canada,
my
like,
time there.
I wanted to go, but I was like, America just has more. You know what I mean?
Like,
I would
even
agree.
like-
I would agree with that. Just
Yeah.
doing 1 year in the US is definitely kind of all encompassing. I think the student experience there, I think, for me at least, or maybe in the UK,
Yeah, it has like a zest.
it's
Like,
like
I
you're a
feel like-
student, but I feel like in the US people really buy into their school a lot more as well. Like people are really proud to go to the school. Yeah, the school spirit. The sports comes into that as well. Yeah, I think American
It's more passionate.
college is kind
Yeah.
of
I think they're more focused on like the fun of the experience, where the UK I feel like it's so like
The vibe is like
Academically.
masters, I feel like, for the UK. Like everyone's kind of doing their own thing on their own timeline, and then they like, right? Like
I think so.
there.
I think so. Probably a much more European influence as well. I'd imagine most of the US schools will be mostly American students now.
Yeah. But for me, like I thought about the UK and I was like, oh, but you can like travel to like Paris
Yeah.
or like all those different places.
Yeah.
Whereas like America, God, if I want to go to Texas, it's like 18 hours in a car.
Yeah. It's so
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah. Right. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for joining today. I hope you guys got some insightful information between the differences between the UK and the US, and hopefully that'll make it easier for you guys to decide where to go. And then, yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.